Good morning, story timers. It's me, Donna Vee, and I'm so excited to be here today. What? Today is December 13th. It's Monday, and I'm so pumped to be here. Do you know what today is? In my household, December 13th means that my puppy is 7 months old. Whoa! Do you guys have any puppies or dogs or cats or kittens or fish or hamsters at home? I'll show you what mine looks like. Let me find him. There he is. There's my guy. I got to get him in a Christmas sweater. There he is with Santa. And guess who's coming? Santa. On the 19th. I'm so excited. But good morning. My name is Donna Vee. This is Storytime with Donna Vee. We are live Sunday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 11. What's up, Lisa? Good morning, my friend. Nice to see you. We are live 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. every day, Sunday through Friday. And this is a family-friendly show. I'm doing quite well. And yourself, Miss Lisa? How's your leg doing? Got to send you lots of love and light today for healing, right? We have been healing and sending more love and light out to people that need to heal like lately than ever. It's wild. So today is a great day to be here for story time. Today's letter, well, if we know that yesterday was J, then, you're starting your physical therapy today? That's exciting. And I know that could be a little scary because you don't know what it's going to feel like, but it's going to be great. And it's just one step closer to healing, which is great, great, great stuff, right? So this is J. Then that means that today's letter must be K. So remember, we're practicing learning the ASL alphabet one letter at a time. And then on Fridays, we recite the whole alphabet. So we know A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, and today's K. So let's see what K looks like when it's in uppercase and lowercase. Right there. Uppercase, lowercase, ASL. Okay? So K is one of my favorite letters. So if it's your first time here, and thank you so much, I'm excited. If it's your first time here, welcome. If not, welcome back. I am here to wake you up with joy and help you find some gratitude because I know it's in there. And gratitude, as I like to say, is an attitude changer. We're getting closer and closer to Christmas. What? We had Hanukkah, and we are learning all about so many cool things. Oh, I lost my little book, my mitzvah book, about doing things for others, being kind. And we know that kindness is a gift anyone can afford. It is so true. I love this when I found this, and I probably should take it out and see what else is in there, but I just love it. Kindness is a gift anyone can afford because we all have kindness inside of us, and we want to share it. And one thing that's really amazing about the letter K is it also starts so many amazing other words. One is keep. Keep. Do you know the best way to keep something is to give it away? You're probably like, wait a minute. I'm a little confused. If I want to keep it, why would I give it away? Well, maybe if I explain it to you, it might make sense. For instance, if you want to keep your good mood up, you got to give some away. You got to put it out there so other people can feel the good mood because then they elevate their vibration and it just helps you out. If you want to keep kindness, you give it away. The more kindness you give away, the more you get to keep. Now, if you walk around and you're like grumpy and just like this, if you give this away, you're bound to find more of it to keep. So why would you do that when you could just be like, hey, good morning. How are you? I know it's not always easy. Trust me. There are some days that are a lot easier than others. But if you start out with gratitude and appreciation, it'll grow. It's amazing. Just try it. Okay. So this morning, I definitely woke up very early. And the first time I woke up, I was like, But then I realized, why am I waking up early? Because I have the sweetest, most cutest puppy dog who's waking me up and saying to me, please take me out. I can't do it myself. I don't have thumbs. And you see, anytime I'm with him, I'm smiling. We're smiling together. He's just awesome. So super duper early this morning, I woke up. Hey, Jerry, good morning, all the way from Texas. You're welcome. Thank you for being here. Every time I wake up, I'm like, okay, I'm going to go put my shoes on. I'm going to brush my teeth because that's another healthy habit. Waking up and brushing your teeth. Hey, Dominic, do your ears hang low? Do they wobble to and fro? Can you tie them in a knot? Can you tie them in a bow? So I want to just let you know that healthy habits are a great way to start your day. Brush your teeth, smile, maybe, I don't know, share some smiles with the neighbors, and then get up, do what you have to do, and then obviously come over to story time. But it's such a great way to start your day. Something else that I love starting my day with is water. Water is so good for you. It's a great healthy habit to get into. I already started drinking a little bit of my water, but if you see, I have it really right there for 10 o'clock for when we start story time. Yes, roller coaster songs. I don't know if I know roller coaster songs. I don't know what that might be. Up and down and down and up and down and up and up and down. I don't know, but I'd like to know what a roller coaster song is. But right now, we are totally going to drink some more water. It's exciting to do, and it's good for you. Now, here's a little thing I like to say. Has anybody here ever thrown a penny into a well, right? Water is the only, and thrown a penny or a coin into a wishing well? Well, did you know that you are your own wishing well, and that what you put inside you, like all the good words, all the good thoughts, all those good parts that we talk about, create more? They do. So I like to say to my water, thanks so much for being here for me. And I can put lots of good energy into my water and then drink it down. And I just filled myself with more positive things. Anything positive I can do, I want to do. So here's my water. I drink to the count of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because I know it's just good to do. Then I can make sure that I drink the same amount of water all the time. Did you know that the one thing we all have in common, no matter where you live, what you look like, what you believe in, is we all have the same largest organ on our body? It's our skin, and we want to take good care of it. So lotion it after you wash it and drink lots of water for it. So you ready? Here we go. So good. So good. Oh, got a fuzz. That's happens here a lot, fuzz. There's a lot of furry little things around here. Lots of stuffed animals and friends. Okay, so we also know that Santa is coming on December 19th, and he'll be reading his favorite book, or one of his favorite books, 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. Now, I also have told him all about all the story timers, and he knows all about the list of all the names. Are there any new names that start with K? No. So I have all the names that start with K on the back of this. And this is exactly what we use to shout the kids out. So kids, sit back. Kids starts with K. And we can, let's see, kill it with kindness, okay? I'm going to shout you out. If your name begins with the letter K, today is your day, and that is amazing. I want you to jump up and down and be so excited because today's your day, and you should really react as if you're getting a Nobel Peace Prize, or perhaps your order of French fries is up, whatever really makes you happy. So today we're going to say good morning to my cousin's daughter, Kaylin, and Kristen, Kaylee, Kate, Kevin, Kristen, Kai. Hi, Kai, and your brother, which doesn't start with K, but I had to give a shout out. Kai, Kayla, Kristen, and Kenneth. Good morning. Hey, Jim, your day was yesterday, and I shouted you out. Ooh, that's a spooky picture. Holy cow. That scared me. Woo! So I just want to say good morning to all the kids that are watching right now, whether your name begins with the letter K or not. Today's the letter K. We have an alliteration coming up from Lisa. K is for kindness. Don't forget, and everything is going to be okay. Everything will be okay. All right. So Santa knows all about this list. If you have anyone you want to add, please feel free to inbox me or put a comment with someone's name. I've got my magical marker right here, and I'd love to add it. Whew, that's a lot of energy right there. Waking up with some gratitude and appreciation. Getting up and smiling at the world, knowing that whatever we want to keep, we must give away. So keeping kindness to yourself is not going to increase it, but sharing kindness with others, sharing love with others, and smiles and waves, that will definitely increase it. And then you get to keep even more. How awesome is that? Then we learned about brushing our teeth, and now we're going to exercise. We're going to exercise a little bit before I attempt to sight read my alliterative sentence. Oh, do you guys want a sneak peek of my alliterative sentence? I won't look. This is what it looks like. Oh my goodness. I'm going to sight read that sentence. I have not seen it at all. I have no idea what it says. I have to read it 3 times fast. And this is the part where we teach all the kids that even if you read something and make a mistake, don't give up. Just keep going. Just try. Because we learn the alphabet, right? So that we can learn how to string together words. And Danny Dipple's here. Merry Christmas, Danny Dipple. Nice to see you. Alliteration in its finest is your name, Danny Dipple. And then we practice the alphabet by doing our seated exercises. Why do we do our exercises seated? Because there might be some people out there that just don't want to exercise. And there also might be people that due to a disability or an injury cannot exercise in any other way. So we do them seated and we recite the alphabet. We do the movements. We know there are 26 letters in the alphabet. 13 letters in is the halfway point, and by design or otherwise, the magic is that the letter that's 13 letters in is M. So that is like, what? That's mind-blowing. So we shout middle and we switch the direction of our arm circles. Then we go to S, and at S, which is for switch, S, W, I, T, C, H, we switch our exercise all together. So are you ready? I'm so excited. Here we go. Arms out, forward first. Let's do it. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, middle, N, O, P, Q, R, S, switch, non-spaghetti jumping jacks, not spaghetti arms, jumping jacks, please. T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. I'm so excited. Do you know that if you practice that at home, you're not just building muscle, you're not just building memory, you're building character. It's going to be so amazing when you grow up and you just keep building on that character because it defines you and it makes you the person that you are and the reason why you might help someone across the street or return money found on the street, or just being kind is all I'm asking for. Just because I know you have it in you, and I know that together we can share it. And with all the kindness that we share, together we can elevate the vibration of the global population, one good deed, one kind word, one day at a time. But now, you know what it's time for? That alliterative sentence. I'm a little nervous because I could just see that it's a little bit sizable, and I could just glance and see a lot of letter K's. And Lisa is a retired school teacher, and she's super duper smart. And the thing is sometimes she makes these sentences so challenging, and I get nervous. I'm like, I don't know if I want to do it in front of everyone. It's kind of scary to face a challenge. But you know what? I know that everyone here, we're friends and we're supportive of each other. So I know that you at home are wishing me the best luck and you don't want to see me fail. Thank you, Lisa. And that's how I feel about you guys. Reading is something I know you can do. I know it. You know it. Oh, thanks, Lisa. But I will tell you what, by design, they're purposely made so that I can learn to be better at reading. And I know that's exactly what the challenge is for. So are you ready? I'm ready. Here we go. I'm not looking. One more second. Oh boy, I'm not going to look. And guess what? Here I go. I've got this. Kissy, Katrina, Kate, Kitten, Kiss, Kevin, Carl, King, Keith, Kangaroos, Key, Kudu. Kevin, Kudu, keen on Kissy, Katrina, Kate. Kindly kiss Kate. Oh, it's Katie. That's okay. I made a mistake, but I'm keeping going. Katie, Kitten. Key is to kiss kindly. Kiss, kiss, kiss. Kissy, Katrina, Kate. Kitten, kiss, Kevin, Carl, King, Keith, Kangaroos, Key, Kudu. Kevin, Kudu, keen on Kissy, Katrina, Kate. Kindly kiss Katie, Kitten. Key is to kiss, kindly kiss, kiss, kiss. Kissy, Katrina, Kate, kiss. Wait, it's you all the way, but I've got, this is like an eye test. I'm going to do it one more time. Are you ready? Kissy, Katrina, Kate, Kitten, Kiss, Kevin, Carl, King, Keith, Kangaroos, Keys, Kudu, Kevin, Kudu, keen on Kissy, Katrina, Kate. Kindly kiss Katie, Kitten. Key is to kiss kindly, kiss, kiss, kiss. Wow, that was amazing. Lisa, I am just applauding you. And right now, if I could get up and do a lap, I would totally do that because I want to run around with the energy that I'm filled up with from the simple fact that that was a lot of concentration. I know that's a C, but I was trying so hard to focus, and that was really great. You got me today. You should be super duper proud of yourself. As a matter of fact, I'm really looking forward to replenishing all that energy by my next segment, which is what? Vitamin time. Lisa, congratulations. I think that no matter what, you should definitely get to pick a page in a little yellow book. What little yellow book, you must be asking? Well, because we always talk about kindness, we always talk about healthy habits, and we talk about good manners. One of the things that we do here is we talk about taking our vitamins. These are my vitamins. They're pink and they're purple. We play a game. Well, she definitely did. Lisa definitely got me. Today, Lisa would like 2 purple, please. If you'd like to get in on the guessing game, put your guess in the comments. Lisa says 2 purple, please, and I will tell you this. She's on a roll today, so it might just happen. This is A Beginner's Guide to the Universe, Uncommon Ideas for Living an Unusually Happy Life by author Mike Dooley. I love this book. You love this book. We all love this book, but what we do is we read a little snippet from it each day. The winner of whoever gets the correct colors of the vitamins gets to pick the page. It's a lot of fun. So are you ready? This is where we practice good manners, right? Because we want to say, please, may I have my vitamins? Because we know somebody might have to help us if you can't do the childproof lock. I don't show anybody how to do it. So you say, please, may I have my vitamins? Cherry Reese's going with Lisa on the 2 purple, please. Nice, Cherry. We might have to have more than one. Hello, Joni Bailey. How are you? Good morning. Nice to see you. I hope you're feeling well today. I hear they're doing something to the electricity, so this is a pleasant surprise. So excited to see you. We're just about to pick our vitamins, so if you would like to choose colors, you could do so and put it in the comments. So exciting. And then we will pick the page. And yes, we may have more than one winner. Hi. Oh, 2 pink, please, she said. Hi there, how are you? Nice to see you. I'll definitely tell Tracy that you said hello. She's somewhere watching, probably either in New York or Philadelphia. She's traveling all over the world because she is amazing. Hot pink, I love it. Let's do hot pink. So 2 pinks, 2 pinks, and then we have guesses for 2 purples, 2 purples. All right, let's talk about why we are picking 2, because that's the recommended daily dosage for me. Now, kids, we know these vitamins, they smell like candy. They even look like candy, but they're not candy. So you can only take what you're supposed to. Mine says 2, and that's what I'm taking. You have to find out from an adult what you should be taking with your vitamins, and then we can take them together. Now, what other important part comes with vitamin time? Good manners. That's right. Because we know that we always say, please, may I have my vitamins? Thank you for my vitamins. And we never, ever chew with our mouth open or talk with our mouth full. No way, no how, no bueno. No. Okay, are you ready? I'm going to pick, I think a vitamin just popped out. Oh my goodness gracious. Here we go. All right. I'm not looking. You're not looking either. I got my vitamins and put the lid on so they don't get stale. And here we go. Are you ready for the big reveal? Let's see who's picking the page today out of Mr. Mike Dooley's book. And the first one up is pink. It's pink. And the second one up is purple. That means it's one of each. No one chose one of each. So what do we do there? Well, that means we have a little bit of fun. How about every person that guessed puts down one number, a single number, and then we add them up, or maybe you could do a double number. Remember the other day we did this math problem, and that's how we'll pick the page, okay? I think that's even more fun. Woo! Lisa gets to pick a page because she stumped me, but the rest of you that played along, if you just pick a number, we're going to add it up. Ooh, Lisa picked page 17. So that's amazing. I'm excited to see what's going to happen here today. Oh my goodness. Okay, one number only is perfect. Here we go. Okay, do you say it jai or high? You can spell it phonetically for me because I want to make sure I don't say it incorrectly. For you, I want to let you know that you picked a few numbers, and that's great, and that's fine. But the book only goes up to 157, so we're going to go with your lower number. Oh, hi, Ryan. Hi, Ryan. Okay, so, Jerry, thank you for that. Jerry says to drink some water. Okay, so here we go. Water's so good for you. If you have some water nearby, let's drink it. Are you ready? Here we go. Jai, okay. Or Jai. Jai. Okay, perfect. Thank you for telling me that. Hopefully I said that correctly. You let me know. All right, let's get the math problem going here. All right, are we ready? Start over here with the numbers. Okay, I see a number 8 from Jai and from Joni Bailey. So that's 2 8s. I see 103 from Mr. Jerry Reesby. Okay, Jai, yes. And then I think, we have 17, but that's not going to get added. Yes, indeed. I love it. All right, so that's not too bad. So remember, if you want to add the smaller numbers together first, you can. So that's 16. And then 1, 0, 3. See that? So now we have 3 plus 6 is 9. 1 plus 0 is 1. And then 1. So we're reading page 119 and 17 today. Pretty exciting, right? I mean, math is a powerful tool. And that's just the way my brain works. So hopefully you followed along, right? Okay, so 119, that is what I said, right? Memory, maybe not so much. And 17, because that's what Lisa picked. I can't wait to see what the message is for today, because I have to tell you, I don't know if we've ever read page 119. All right, so we'll start with 17, and here we go. No matter how long you ignore life's magic or unwittingly swim against its current, the instant you stop struggling, you'll be back in the flow. The prodigal child returned home, inheritance fully restored. There are only 3 things you need to know about angels. 1, they're real. 2, some exist to serve you. And 3, they can do the most when you ask them for help. It's so true. You have to ask angels for help. They don't just do it. They don't just impose themselves. So then, the last part, and then we have to go to page 119. Let's see. Just because you're a supernatural, unstoppable creator doesn't mean you can't have friends on your team who help out from time to time. Let's listen to that one again. Just because you're a supernatural, unstoppable creator doesn't mean you can't have friends on your team who help you out from time to time. See that? Don't be afraid to ask for help, even if it's just energetically. Okay, 119. Let's check it out. Okay, here we go. Simply dwelling upon joy, abundance, or anything else that might involve other people will literally draw complete strangers into your life who will bring those things when in alignment with all else you dwell upon. Isn't that what we're speaking about? Is giving away kindness so you can have more to keep? At all times and in all places, be the first to smile. You see? It's magic. It's magic. It's magic. While it's often fashionable to dwell upon what might have been, what's usually not understood is that, really and truly, it couldn't have been. Most of the time when people think the present could have been different than it is, it's because they think the past was different than it was. Be glad things went as they did. You still have forever. That is a great page. We have read it, but I'm putting a mark on that page because I really love that page. So be present, be kind, and remember, you're exactly where you're supposed to be right now, even if it doesn't feel like it. Did you know that? That's a tough lesson. You're exactly where you're supposed to be right now, even if it doesn't feel like it. Yes, indeed. Okay, so now we've taken our vitamins. We've talked about drinking water, all the healthy habits. We even had the alliterative sentence. And now it's time to send love and light to each other and healing. What do you think? There's something on my face. I think it's a great idea. So let's get out Bartholomew, who is the one, the only, the original social distancing buddy. Wow, thank you. Well, what does that mean? It means that when we started this journey, March 21st of 2020, we were in the middle of quarantine, right? And now we are still definitely in an interesting space in this world. But one thing that for sure is that wherever you are and whatever you're experiencing, we need to share joy and love, because that's how we're going to, elevate the vibration of the global population one day at a time. I think so. And the way that we can share love and light and peace and joy and laughter and happiness from here to there where you are is through energy. And how do you do that? Well, I start out easily with the little kids, like trying to teach them how to, I should say, by using the tools of Storytime Buddies. But really what it means is just little representations of hugs, because you can hug these, and healing, because we know that unicorns are magic and can heal. And by believing through magic, like elves, right? And all sorts of different creatures that you believe in that can send magic into the world. But guess what? We are the best creatures that could send magic into the world. You, me, and everyone else watching. Lisa and Jai and Jerry and Joni and of course Ryan, right? And Jim and everybody here. So together what we're going to do is you picture who it is that you want to send love and light to, right? Like for instance, oh Lisa, I love that. I attract joy and abundance into my life. Joe Carney, who was supposed to be here yesterday to read a book. We read his book. He's an amazing author. And Natty Bumpercar, who's the illustrator. We want to send them love and light. We want to send love and light to Lisa for her broken leg. We want to send love and light to Joni for her broken arm. And we want to send love and light around the world to anybody that needs it. Sometimes people just have a broken spirit. And you know what? We want to help repair that. We really do, because we can. And that's the best part. So you want to place the person or the people that you're thinking of in your mind. Then you're going to bring them right here to your heart. And then a little lower is your heart center. And that right there is where your heart chakra is located. And there's just a big beam of light that's going to come out from there. And it's going to go around the world from me to you and you to me. And let's see if Jerry Reesby What can you feel it today? I bet you can, because you are a light worker, sir. All right, are you ready? On the count of 3, I want you to think of someone, put them in your heart, and then send a big beam of white light. 1, 2, 3. That was amazing. You guys, I felt that all the way over here. You know who else I bet you felt that? Santa Claus, because he's coming on December 19th, and he's going to be reading to us the night before Christmas, and I am so excited. I am so excited. Whew. We better get ready to read some books. How do we read some books with all this energy? I know how. Whoa, solar flares. Very cool. Welcome to the show. You are going to put your feet on the ground and ground yourself. And I want you to take your arms and raise them up. Take a deep breath in and say, I am. And feed yourself only positive, powerful, great, uplifting words. I am smart. I am caring. I am thoughtful. I am beautiful. And then it will help you throughout your entire day. Are you ready? Good morning, Guten Tag. Yay! What's up, Andreas? Wow. Yes, it is our heart and the sun. I love it. You are totally getting what I'm saying. Thank you so much for being here and sharing that with us today. Okay, are you ready? Here we go. I am powerful. I am light. I am peace. I am ready to read. I'm so excited to read today. Today is going to be a great day. We're reading all about kindness, and we're reading about some really cool stuff. I have a favorite book since I was little, and I have to tell you, there's so many versions of it now that are out there, and I'm wondering which one I should read. To tell you the truth, I think I know, but I'm going to show you a little bit of something. So this is the way I remember reading the book when I was little, in a little golden book, right? Then they have this, which was the cartoon. This is Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer, Santa's Big Day. So this is for the little kids. I'm definitely going to read this one first. And then this one is the one we're going to read today. And this is Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer. But then I have an amazing book that I can't wait to read to you, all about kindness. And it's called The Carpenter's Gift. And if you've never ever read this before, you're going to want to stay tuned, because it's a beautiful book. It's got a beautiful message, and it's a Christmas tale about the Rockefeller Center tree. So, I don't know that one. Grandpa's Ghost Stories. That one I don't know. All right. So are you ready? We're going to first start out with, for the little kids, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Santa's Big Day. This is the original artwork from the cartoon. It's Christmas Eve, and Santa has lots to do. First, he gets dressed and has breakfast too. That looks good. Check it out. Santa asks Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer to help guide his sleigh. Aww. Santa and the elves load the presents without delay. Santa promises to help find homes for the misfit toys on Christmas Day. Oh, flying through the night with a sleigh full of toys, Santa brings joy to all the girls and boys. Merry Christmas. So that's the simple little version for the little kids. Now we have the bigger book, and I'm so excited. So sit back and relax. Oh, and you know what? That was not a good J day. Jets. Mess. It hurt my heart. It really did. Okay, are you ready? Maybe we'll ask Santa for a Christmas miracle and just, I don't know. I don't even know what else to say there. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer by Robert L. May, illustrated by David Wenzel. A Scholastic book, and this is the original. Look at him. 'Twas the day before Christmas, and all through the hills the reindeer were playing, enjoying their spills, while every so often they stopped to call names at one little deer not allowed in their games. Ha ha ha! Look at Rudolph, his nose is a sight. It's red as a beet and twice as big and twice as bright. While Rudolph just cried. What else could he do? He knew that the things they were saying were true. Where most reindeers' noses are brownish and tiny, poor Rudolph's was red, very large and quite shiny. In daylight it sparkled. The picture shows that. At nighttime it glowed like the eyes of a cat. Although he was lonesome, he always was good, obeying his parents as good reindeer should. That's why on this day, Rudolph almost felt playful. He hoped that from Santa soon driving his sleigh full of presents and candy and dollies and toys for good little animals, good little girls and boys. Ah, of presents and candy and dollies and toys. I read that sentence twice because I got distracted. He'd get just as much, and this is what pleased him, as the happier, handsomer reindeer who teased him. Look at him. He didn't even want to get out of bed. So at night, as night and a fog hid the world like a hood, he went to bed hopeful. He knew he'd be good. While way, way up north, on this same foggy night, old Santa was packing his sleigh for its flight. This fog, he called out, will be hard to get through. He shook his round head, and his tummy shook too. Without any stars or a moon as our compass, this extra dark night is quite likely to swamp us. To keep from a smash up, we'll have to fly slow. To see where we're going, we'll have to fly low. We'll steer by the street lamps and houses tonight in order to finish before it gets light. Just think how the boys' and girls' hopes would be shaken if we didn't reach them before they awaken. Come Dasher, come Dancer, come Prancer and Vixen, come Comet, come Cupid, come Donder and Blitzen. Be quick with your suppers, get hitched in a hurry. You too will find fog, a delay, and a worry. Excuse me. And Santa was right, as he usually is. The fog was as thick as a soda's white fizz. He tangled in treetops again and again and barely missed hitting a huge speeding plane. Just not getting lost needed all Santa's skill, with street signs and numbers more difficult still. He still made good speed with much twisting and turning, as long as the street lamps and house lights were burning. At each house, first checking what people might live there, he'd quickly pick out the right presents to give there. Look at that. He almost hit the plane. That's spooky. But lights will be out after midnight, he said, for even most parents have then gone to bed, because it might wake them. A match was denied him. Oh my, how he wished for just one star to guide him. Through the darkness, the dark streets and houses, old Santa did poorly. He now picked the presents more slowly. less surely. He really was worried, for what would he do if folks started waking before he was through? See that? Whoa, that's wild. The night was still foggy and not at all clear when Santa arrived at the home of the deer. Onto the roof, with the clouds all around it, he searched for the chimney and finally found it. The room he came down in was blacker than ink. He went for a chair, but it turned out a sink. The first reindeer bedroom was so very black, he tripped on the rug and burst open his pack. So dark that he had to move close to the bed and peep very hard at the sleeping deer's head before he could choose the right kind of toy, a doll for a girl, a train for a boy. But all this took time and filled Santa with gloom while feeling his way toward the next reindeer's room. The door he just opened when, to his surprise, a soft glowing red colored light met his eyes. Oh, look at how cute. That's how Rusty sleeps. The lamp wasn't burning. The light came instead from something that lay at the head of the bed. And there lay, but wait now, what would you suppose? The glowing, you've guessed it, was Rudolph's red nose. So this room was easy, this one little light. Let Santa pick quickly the gifts that were right. How happy he was till he went out the door. The rest of the house was as black as before, so black that it made every step a dark mystery. And then came the greatest idea in all history. He went back to Rudolph and started to shake him, of course, very gently, in order to wake him. And Rudolph could hardly believe his own eyes. You just can imagine his joy and surprise at seeing who stood there a paw's length away, and told of the darkness and fog and delay, and Santa's great worry that children might waken before his complete Christmas trip had been taken. Look at that. Santa's talking to Rudolph. And you, he told Rudolph, may yet save the day. Your bright shining nose, sun, can show us the way. I need you, young fellow, to help me tonight, to lead all my deer on the rest of my flight. And Rudolph broke out into such a big grin, it almost connected his ears to his chin. See that? He radiates light just like you and me. He scribbled a note to his folks in a hurry. I've gone to help Santa, he wrote. Do not worry. Said Santa, meet me and my sleigh on the lawn. You'd stick in the chimney and flash, he was gone. So Rudolph pranced out through the door, very gay, and took his proud place at the head of the sleigh. Look at that. The rest of the night, well, what would you guess? Old Santa's idea was a brilliant success. And brilliant was almost no word for the way that Rudolph directed the deer on the sleigh. In spite of the fog, they flew quickly and low and made such good use of the wonderful glow that shone out from Rudolph at each intersection that not even once did they lose their direction. Ha! At all the houses and streets with a sign on them, the sleigh flew real low so Rudolph could shine on them to tell who lived there and just what to give whom. They'd stop by each window and peek in the room. Old Santa knew always which children were good and minded their parents and ate as they should. so Santa would pick out the gift that was right, with Rudolph close by, making just enough light. It all went so fast that before it was day, the very last present was given away. The very last stocking was filled to the top, just as the sun was preparing to pop. Look at that, how beautiful. The sleigh and its reindeer soon came to view, and Rudolph still led them as downward they flew. Oh my! Was he proud as they came to a landing, right where his handsomer playmates were standing. Look at that. Remember, they all were making fun of his nose. And guess what? Whatever made him unique is what actually got him to lead Santa's sleigh. The same deer who used to do nothing but tease him would now have nothing, would have done anything only to please him. They felt even sorrier that they had been bad when Santa said, Rudolph, I never have had. Wait a second. They felt even sorrier they had been bad when Santa said, Rudolph, I never have had a deer quite so brave or brilliant as you at fighting back fog and at steering me through. By you, last night's journey was actually blessed. Without you, I'm certain we would have all been lost. The journey was actually lost. I hope you'll continue to keep us from grief on future dark trips as Commander-in-Chief. While Rudolph just blushed from his head to his toes till all of his fur was as red as his nose. Wow. The crowd clapped their paws and then started to screech, hooray for our Rudolph, and we want a speech. But Rudolph, still bashful, despite being a hero, was tired. His sleep on the trip totaled 0. So that's why his speech was quite short and not bright. Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. And that's why, whenever it's foggy and gray, it's Rudolph the Red-Nosed who guides Santa's sleigh. Be listening this Christmas, but don't make a peep, because that late at night, children should be asleep. The very first sound that you'll hear on the roof, that is, if there's fog, will be Rudolph's small hoof. And there, soon after that, if you're still as a mouse, you may hear a swish as he flies around the house and shines enough light to give Santa a view of you and your room. And when they're all through, you may hear them all call as they drive out of sight. Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. Wow. That is Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the original story. Amazing. Ooh, and now, are you ready for our third story? I'm so excited for this book. This is one of my favorite books. I discovered it last year, and I had to reread it again because it's just such a beautiful book, and it's all about what we're talking about today. Spreading kindness. 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 The Carpenter's Gift. It's a tale about the Rockefeller Center tree. Remember, when your book has a jacket, take it off and put it somewhere safe so you don't accidentally rip it, okay? Here we go. A Carpenter's Gift by David Rubel, illustrated by Jim LaMarche. Nearly a lifetime had passed, but Henry could still remember what it felt like to wake up in the old shack, especially during wintertime. In those days, the Great Depression gripped the country, and like many people, Henry's parents were out of work. They couldn't afford coal for the stove or warm blankets for the beds, so young Henry usually woke up with a shiver. But he didn't complain because it was nobody's fault. Instead, he visited warm places in his mind. One day in 1931, actually the day before Christmas, Henry was reading a book when he heard the loud toot toot of a car horn. He opened the front door and saw his father behind the wheel of a borrowed truck. "Go for a ride, Sparky?" his father shouted over the rumbling engine. "You bet," Henry shouted back and raced inside to get his coat. Riding in any sort of car was a special treat for Henry, not to be missed. Soon he was sitting beside his father, nose pressed to the window glass. Look at that. They drove into a nearby grove of evergreens. Henry breathed in a strong, familiar smell. "Here's the plan," Henry's father said. "See those spruce trees, Sparky? We're going to cut them down and take them to the city." "Why?" asked Henry. "Sell them as Christmas trees," his father said. Even though New York City was just an hour's drive away, Henry had never been there before. He shivered with excitement at the thought of seeing all those tall buildings scraping the sky. Look at that. When Henry and his father reached Midtown Manhattan, they began looking for a place to park and unload. Driving down Fifth Avenue, they found a good spot next to a construction site. "Hey, mind if I set up here?" Henry's father asked a worker. The man looked over at them. It didn't take long for him to figure out that Henry's father was down on his luck. "No problem," the man said. "I'll give you a hand. My name's Frank." Then turned around and called out, "Hey, Mikey, Paulie, help me out here." For the rest of the afternoon, Henry and his father sold trees to passersby. Then, by the end of the day, they had earned enough money to make the trip a success. "We should be getting home now," Henry's father said as the sun set behind a tall building. "Well, what about the rest of the trees?" Henry asked. "I thought we'd give them to Frank and the other fellows." Henry nodded in agreement. "The best presents are the ones you don't expect," he thought. Look at that. Because it was Christmas Eve, the workers were having a little party. Frank and the others took the tallest of the trees that Henry and his father had given them and decorated it with whatever they could cobble together: paper garlands, cranberries threaded onto string, and even a few shiny tin cans. Henry added an ornament of his own made of newspaper that he folded into a star. In the background, he could hear his father talking with Frank about grown-up things, the hard times for Henry's family, the shack in which they lived. But Henry didn't want to think about those things. He just wanted to look at the most marvelous Christmas tree he had ever seen. It had been the best day that Henry could remember, and he didn't want it to end. He stood before the decorated tree enchanted. The street lamps had just come on, and the tin cans glittered in the light. If ever there was a magic moment, Henry thought, this was it. He decided to make a special Christmas wish. He wished that one day his family would live in a nice, warm house. After making his wish, Henry opened his eyes. His gaze fell upon a pine cone lying on the ground. He picked it up and was turning it over in his hands when he felt his father's grip on his shoulder. "Time to go, Sparky," his father said. Henry stuffed the pine cone in his pocket, said good night to the workers, and walked with his father back to the truck. By the time they arrived home, it was well past Henry's bedtime. "You must be exhausted," his mother said, slipping off his boots. "Straight to bed with you." Shrugging off his coat, Henry felt a bulge in his pocket, and it was the pine cone. He took it out and looked at it, remembering the joys of the day and the magic of the tree. The next morning, Henry's parents let him sleep late. In fact, it was well past 8 when the toot-toot of several car horns woke him. Look at his face. Rushing to the window, he saw 3 trucks pulling up outside. All were loaded with lumber and other building supplies. At the wheel of the first truck was Frank, and behind him were the other Rockefeller Center workers. What were they doing so far from the city on this Christmas morning? Ooh. Frank got out of the truck. "After you left, we got to thinking," he said. "There was all this extra wood lying around, and we had the day off, so we thought we'd drive up and see what we could do to help you with this house of yours." Frank looked the shack over, taking in its patched walls and ill-fitting windows. "I think we'll have to make a fresh start," he said. Henry's father didn't have words for the way he felt, so he simply took Frank's hand and shook it. Oh, man. Can you imagine? The sound of sawing and hammering traveled far enough that Christmas morning for Henry's neighbors to wonder what was going on. A few walked over, saw the new house going up, and spread the word. By mid-afternoon, a dozen more people were pitching in. As the new house took shape, Frank called Henry over. "See those boards?" he said, pointing to the stack of cedar. "We're going to use them to trim the windows, but they've got nails in them. I need you to pull the nails out." Henry moved to fetch the boards, but Frank called him back. Digging into his toolbox, he handed Henry an old claw hammer. "You'll be needing this," Frank said. By nightfall, the frame of the new house was nearly done. By week's end, it had a roof. Soon enough, it was ready for Henry and his family to move in. Look at that. Look at that. In the spring, Henry's parents celebrated with a potluck dinner. They invited everyone who had helped to build the house. Henry was glad to see Frank again. He was ready to return the claw hammer, but Frank wouldn't take it. "You keep it, son," he said. "It may come in handy someday." After dinner, Henry sat happily in his very own room. He thought about his Christmas wish, and he couldn't believe it had actually come true. He knew he should do something special to express how thankful he was, and he thought long and hard about what that might be. Finally, he decided to plant the pine cone. Maybe he could be Jack from the Beanstalk story, and the pine cone could be his magic beam. Henry planted the pine cone beside the new house. In time, seedling emerged. Henry watered and weeded it, and as time passed, both he and the tree grew tall and strong. Henry especially liked to hammer away in its shade, and he became quite a good carpenter, building many projects with his skilled hands. Look at that. Look at that. As Henry grew up, however, he became busy with other things. He got married, moved away, and had a family. Most summers, though, he returned to visit his parents. On lazy days, he sat beneath the tree with his son, teaching him how to build things with the old claw hammer. Look at that. As he got even older, Henry sometimes wondered where the time went. One day, he was a young boy waking up with a shiver, and the next, he was an old man living alone, not needing a big place anymore. So he decided to move back into the house where he had grown up. To keep himself busy, Henry began working on the house, which was showing its age. He especially liked using the old claw hammer. Its polished handle, smooth and dark from wear, felt comfortable in his hand. One day, as Henry worked on the front porch, a man drove up to see him. The man told Henry that he worked for Rockefeller Center and that it was his job to pick out the new Christmas tree each year. "I just love your spruce," the man said. "When I saw it from the helicopter yesterday, I knew that it had to be this year's tree." Henry wasn't sure what to do. He knew that being asked was an honor, but he and that tree had been together a long time, and he was reluctant to let it go. "Oh, I know that I'm asking a lot," the man said. "But if you agree, I could promise you that your tree will bring joy to millions of people." Henry thought some more. "And when the holiday season is over," the man continued, "we mill the tree and use the lumber to help a family in need build a new home." Oh, oh, a family in need. Oh. Suddenly, Henry felt a shiver, and the calendar in his mind flipped back to 1931. Driving to New York City with his father, meeting Frank and the other workers, building the house, planting the tree. He knew what he had to do. "I've been given so much," Henry said. "I want to give something back. The tree is yours." Gets me every time. Just before Thanksgiving, Henry received an invitation to the tree lighting. On the special day, a car picked him up and drove him all the way to the Rockefeller Center, where he met the family whose home. Wait, hold on. Just before Thanksgiving, Henry received an invitation to the tree lighting. On the special day, a car picked him up and drove him all the way to Rockefeller Center, where he met the family whose new home would be built with the tree's lumber. They hugged him and thanked him many times for his generosity. Afterward, Henry stood off to the side and watched the family's young daughter. "Oh, it's so beautiful," the girl said softly. Look at what she has. Oh, as she stared up at the enormous tree. Then something caught the child's eye. A pine cone had fallen to the ground. Picking it up, she turned it over and over in her hands before stuffing it into her pocket. If there was ever a magic moment, Henry thought, this is it. Oh. Henry walked over to the girl, and they stood together, gazing at the glittering tree. Then Henry reached into his coat pocket and pulled out the old claw hammer. Oh. "Here you go, Sparky," Henry said. "You'll be needing this." Sparky. Wow. That is an amazing book. Sorry, I got a little emotional. So I don't know if you knew that. I didn't know that until I read the book the first time last year, which I cried even earlier in the book. But since 1933, countless New Yorkers and countless visitors to the city have come to the Rockefeller Center to marvel at the world's most famous Christmas tree. But what you didn't know is that Habitat for Humanity International builds homes and uses the lumber from the trees. And that is an amazing story about an amazing act of kindness. So I love this book, and I thank you so much for being here to listen. Sorry I couldn't make it all the way through without crying. Don't forget, put your jacket back on your book. And if you want to learn more about this book, you should really check it out. See if it's on Amazon or your library. It's called A Carpenter's Gift, and it is written by David Rubel. And I might just try to get through it and read just the whole thing by itself as a video, because I think this is one of my favorite books about kindness. And yeah, I know. It does, right, Jerry? It means that you can feel something. If you're crying and you feel that in there, man, I tell you, there's nothing wrong with that. So thank you so much for being here today, for sharing story time, sharing your love, sharing your light, sharing your kindness. Keep it going. Remember, what you want to keep, you must give away. So you want more kindness? Give kindness away. You want more love? You got to give some love away. But right now, we are going to end like we always do, with a hug. So please put your right hand on your left shoulder and your left hand on your right. Give yourself a squeeze for me. Hug yourself so tight. And know that I love you and everything's going to be all right. And I will see you tomorrow morning, where the letter will be L. Ooh, love, laughter. What else? I don't know, but we'll find something really amazing. Thank you so much for watching. Love to all of you, Joni, Jeremy, and Ryan. And thank you for your goodness, Jerry. I'll see you tonight on Open-Minded Mystics at 8 p.m. Until then, let's do it. Ready? I am filled with emotion. I am excited. I am full of joy. I am totally content. Thank you so much for being here. See you tomorrow. Bye, everybody.